YouTube Live, how's it going, everybody? Wow, it's been a long day and a long evening, and I have to wake up in about 5 or maybe less than 5 hours from now. But I don't want to skip a beat about Star Trek Discovery though, so I gotta make time to talk about this even for just a few minutes. Tonight, of course, as you know, was the airing of the Star Trek Discovery Season 3 new episode 4 titled Forgot Me Not. As always, this review is mainly for those of you, my fellow Star Trek Discovery fans, who have also watched today's episode. So, spoiler alert, there will be spoilers in this video review. Spoiler alert. Right, let me double check real quick if we are live here. Where's my email? I'm gonna refresh my email real quick. How's it going, everybody? Everybody's doing well? It's been a hectic past few days with the election, but whatever the result is, I hope you guys stay safe at home. Because we can weather through this, definitely. Alright, so we are live. Tonight's episode, Forgot Me Not, basically is comprised of two parts. So there's the part following Michael Burnham and Adira, who is the host of Senatal, and the other one is what's happening on the ship, on the crew of Star Trek Discovery. And if you were to ask me which part is my favorite or was my favorite on tonight's episode, my favorite was the one on the ship, the crew. And here's why. I'm not dogging on or belittling the Michael Burnham and Adira's journey. It's just that the whole thing with Adira is kind of like a detour / filler, if you will. It doesn't really. It's like it's like the show or the writers wanting to get you to know Adira a little better. So this is the episode where you get to see her past, what makes her tick, what's her dealio, what's up with the whole Adira thing, and on top of that, with the whole symbiont and Trill, basically this part of the story on tonight's episode is just mainly to cater to us Star Trek fans who are familiar with the canon, who are familiar with Trill ever since the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. However, so it's like a red meat to the base, red meat to the fans of this franchise. In addition to you getting to know about Adira's past. So that's pretty much what that part of the episode is about. The one on the whole with the crew on the ship, that to me was a lot more intriguing because it has my favorite character, Philippa Giorgio, and Michelle Yeoh, of course. She always steals the scenes any chance she gets, and breaks the tension with her attitude and her cynical, approach, whatever however you want to put it. And tonight's episode, the crew got really, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like they badly need a shrink. I guess what I'm getting at is Dr. Hugh, you gotta hand it to him, man. That guy takes on a lot, okay? His diagnosis tonight was mostly psychological, not physical. So he has to wear multiple hats. He has to heal, he has to be the physician and he has to be the guy who listens, sort of deal, because apparently, obviously, Detmer and Stamets and Tilly, these guys have things bottled up inside. And Stamets starts out. I mean, uh, at the beginning parts of this episode, did you see how Stamets was being a pretty much being a dick? He was being a dick to Tilly, man. He was a jerk. and then they just aired their grievances in that awkward dinner scene. And by the way, I love awkward dinner scenes. Okay, not just in Thanksgiving with family members, but in movies and on shows. Whenever they have that awkward dinner, you just know somebody's about to air their grievance. Somebody's about to speak the truth, to tell it like it is, and get everybody riled up. And that's exactly what happened on tonight's episode, which is another reason, on top of another reason, why I love that part more than I do the Michael Burnham Adira journey thing. So yeah, I was just worried, man. I thought they were gonna like throw punches, because Detmer, she looks so furious, and she just talked like about Stamets' blood, the Stamets' blood being red. I was like, oh, where is she going with this? I'm just like so concerned, but at the same time, I was like, oh, this is so juicy. Like I where's my popcorn? I can't believe I get front row seats watching this, this collision, this drama. And Saru's cure or medicine, even though the dinner thing didn't work so well, in the end, he did get everybody together watching, I don't know, Charlie Chaplin or whatever classic comedy that was, black and white. But his approach basically is like, I need to get everybody to feel connected, and it's obvious that a lot of them are very much stressed out, right? Stamets got that thing where he got impaled and he went into coma, but everybody else, including Detmer too, being the pilot, and on top of that, they feel, oh my God, we left our lives, we left our families, we left our, people behind 900 something years back, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if that really still takes a toll on a lot of them emotionally, psychologically, and because that's a lot to take, even if you maybe some of them might even have regrets, but they did say at the table though, I agree, I'm all in for Michael Burnham. But if I were them, I'd be like, oh God, what did I get myself into? Why did I agree to do this? So, and it's funny how the computer suggested R&R. It's like, as if the crew members never got an R&R, as if the term R&R was like ancient, rare kind of jargon. I was like, what? Come on, they really need a break. I don't know about Charlie Chaplin kind of break, but they definitely need one. All right. So where's my music? Is my music gone? Okay, I gotta turn up the volume a little bit here. Where is that music? Yeah. All right. So here you go. There's my music. Okay, so as I'm winding down, I also want to comment real quick about the symbiont and the communal pool where Adira meets the rest of the Tal. Gray Tal, Senna Tal, everybody else. You know what that reminds me of? Even though obviously Star Trek came up with it first, but that reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do you guys watch Avatar, or did you? Have you watched? It's this fantastic animated show on Nickelodeon years back. I think it's about 2005 or so, and then M. Night Shyamalan kind of ruined it with that stupid movie. But the cartoon or the animated series was amazing, and so Aang would kind of go into this spirit world where he would connect with the previous incarnations of Avatar, because he's a product of previous incarnations of avatars before him. So he would meet like Avatar Kyoshi, Avatar Roku, I forgot the other names as well. So that's what it reminds me, that scene on tonight's episode where Adira kind of meets the other, people, the other symbiotes, or the other hosts, the Gray Tal, the Senal Tal, and everybody's like, wow. And even though Adira is not a Trill, she's human, but the fact that they entrust her with that responsibility is a big deal. And lastly, I just want to point out, because I forgot to mention to you guys about this last week, about Adira. Because I mentioned last week, I think I mentioned, to describe Adira, I said to you guys, oh, smart kid, curious kid, a nerd, that's why Adira gets along with Stamets and whatnot. Well, I'm sure you already know this, but just to re-emphasize again, for those of you who may not, okay, so Adira, played by actor Blue Del Barrio, and Gray is played by actor Ian Alexander, and they are both additions to this season of Star Trek Discovery, introducing the first non-binary and transgender characters. So not only are the characters non-binary and transgender, but the actors who play them are also non-binary and transgender. And I'm of course referring to Blue Del Barrio and Ian Alexander. So it says here, let me make it big for you guys. Star Trek's universe's first non-binary character is Adira, played by Blue Del Barrio. And then it says here, the first transgender character is Gray, portrayed by Ian Alexander. Gray is empathetic, warm, and eager to fulfill his lifelong dream of being Trill host. So Blue Del Barrio is a non-binary actor who uses they and them as pronouns. Whereas Ian Alexander, who plays Gray, is a 19-year-old actor who uses they and them and he and him as pronouns. And that scene on tonight's episode where, well, let me get back to the photo again. There you go. Where Gray tells Adira something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, Gray says, hey, I'm still me, but I'm more me. After he becomes the Trill host, I'm more me. I'm everyone. I'm like, I could be this and that as well, but I'm still this to you. And then at one point, Adira says to Gray, "Oh man, I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up." And then Gray responds by saying things like acceptance. We can still accept each other as who we are. That particular scene, I believe the writers deliberately use that to kind of give you a subliminal message of wokeness, SJW, however you call it, about tolerance towards non-binary and transgender in our lives. And so I think it's a very subtle but straight to the point kind of way, and it's you could totally tell it's not even like it's not brazen. It's not forceful. It is subtle, but it makes itself known. Like it's not really hiding behind the bushes. That particular scene is meant to tell you guys to welcome these two actors into the Star Trek universe, um, and why not? You know, that's awesome, right? Because just like Adira, if you can't keep up with these pronouns, but you're willing to, like you're willing to learn, then don't worry. Don't fret. Don't sweat about it. It means that your heart is in the right place, but your head might still need to catch up a little bit, and that's okay as long as your heart is in there. You know, like you're willing to open up to that, and I think it's a little but meaningful message that I think would resonate well. And Star Trek, the original series, as you know, when it was created by Gene Roddenberry, full of cast of many race and including a Vulcan, Spock. And Gene Roddenberry had this vision in the 60s, like, you know, this is what the future should look like. You know, everybody of all kinds and, you know, backgrounds and ethnics and skin colors coming together, working together as a team. And now that vision has expanded to non-binary and transgender characters, and you know, I think, you know, years from now we might even like make the circle even bigger. So I think why not? I definitely welcome it. Jimmy Chuckball said it reminded me of when Fry had worms in Futurama. To be honest though, I didn't watch Futurama. I only watched a few episodes, so I want to apologize to you, Jimmy, that I don't really get the reference. But if you do, you know, if that's what can help you understand better the story of tonight's episode, then more power to you, Jimmy. And there's another here, Star Trek comment. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, so thank you for leaving your comment in the chat as well. So yeah, that's it. Those are the thoughts, those are the notes that I have about tonight's episode. Again, it's comprised of two parts: the Michael Burnham and Adira journey, and the crew with the whole shrink psychology, airing grievances and getting connected, kumbaya at the end in front of Charlie Chaplin, whatever they're watching. It's another fantastic episode. The story doesn't necessarily progress in tonight's episode. The story doesn't necessarily advance, but it's a nice filler. It's a nice break that we could definitely need that from time to time. So, okay, what do you guys think about tonight's episode, Forgot Me Not? Do you agree or disagree with my assessment of it? And what is your theory as to what will happen to the crew from this point forward in the subsequent episodes? If you've seen the preview for next week's episode, the guy from The Mummy will show up, man. Oded Fair. I love that. That guy is amazing. He's all got like white hair and white beard now. Time has really flown on him. And if you have questions and comments as well, share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I gotta get some sleep because I gotta wake up in 4 hours to do another video review for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jimmy and this other guy, thank you for chatting with me. Yes, Kling Awesome Symbionts, not only Trills. And as always, subscribe. Press that like button and ring that bell. And if you can help support me, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Woo woo!